In the vast expanse of Siberia, an event occurred that still boggles the minds of scientists and researchers alike, sparking mystery and intrigue like no other event. This is the tale of the Tunguska Event, a literal catastrophic boom that came out of nowhere and changed our perceptions about how fragile life truly is. This single event continues to captivate imaginations even more than a century later. Hi, I'm Hallow. Welcome to Freaky What. I love telling stories about mysteries, crime, paranormal, and anything else I think is freaky. I really appreciate you watching, and if you enjoy this channel, I hope you'll subscribe and watch my other stories. Now, let's get to it. In the early morning hours of June 30th, 1908, in the heart of the Siberian wilderness, everything was serene and peaceful. A remote region teeming with silent forests, untouched by the modern world. In the blink of an eye, the landscape was forever altered. Suddenly, a colossal explosion erupted, releasing energy equivalent to thousands of atomic bombs. The explosion happened in a sparsely populated area in the northern forests near the Podkamennaya Tunguska River, which is now part of the Krasnoyarsk Krai. It's hard to believe, but this explosion was so powerful that it killed reindeer and knocked down about 80 million trees across an area of 830 square miles. People who saw it said there was a bright bluish light, almost as bright as the sun, moving across the sky. After that, there was a loud noise like artillery fire, and the shockwave was so strong that it broke windows hundreds of miles away and even knocked people off their feet. But here's the real mystery. It took decades before anyone could figure out why it happened or what happened. This was not a bomb or anything man-made. So, what was it? What could have caused this massive explosion, and why did it leave no crater? For a while, the very earth seemed to tremble. The forest lay prostrate, a tangled web of destruction. People began wondering if we had perhaps encountered the remnants of an ancient celestial visitor. As time went on, scientists began studying and planning an expedition to figure out what happened and answer all of the questions. A startling theory began to emerge. Scientists, led by the legendary Leonid Kulik, set out on an expedition to the heart of this Siberian wasteland to attempt to uncover the truth. However, their quest led them to more mysteries and cliffhanging discoveries, challenging everything we thought we knew about our universe. As the team ventured deeper into the scorched earth, they discovered strange anomalies. Trees lay down in concentric circles, pointing away from the epicenter as though they'd been pushed outward by some invisible hand. Kulik's team even uncovered rocks containing bizarre metallic elements, unusual for this remote region. These clues hinted at an otherworldly cause, a force far beyond anything they had previously imagined or experienced. Kulik's quest to unveil the cosmic enigma led him to a revelation that would change our understanding of the universe. The Tunguska event was not caused by a meteor, but by a comet, one with a heart as black as the cosmos itself. This comet, laden with explosive gases, had descended upon Siberia in a cataclysmic kiss of death. The moment of impact, high in the atmosphere, unleashed a fiery explosion that left no crater but instead vaporized the comet itself, scattering its deadly cargo across the heavens. An explosion so powerful that the shockwave circumnavigated the globe not once, but twice. For a long time, the most puzzling and mysterious part of the Tunguska event for scientists was that there was not one hole in the ground. There was not a crater anywhere in sight. And even without a hole, scientists considered it an impact event. Even though an event like this had never been recorded, it was obvious that this was incredibly strong and can cause a lot of damage. Scientists slowly figured out that this thing was probably as big as a 25-story building. It was zooming through the sky at about 33,500 miles per hour, and it exploded 3 to 6 miles above the Earth's surface. The event itself would have been incredible to see if it wouldn't have vaporized you. Imagine standing there at the epicenter, gazing up at the sky as the shockwave morphed into an awe-inspiring light show. A kaleidoscope of colors that painted the heavens. However, don't let the beauty fool you. This event is truly destructive. As news of the Tunguska event spread across the world, it became clear that the Siberian wilderness held many more secrets than anyone had ever suspected. People began spreading the rumor that a stricken alien spacecraft caused the destruction. Some said that the damage was caused by a mini black hole or some particle of antimatter. However, the truth is actually more terrifying, because what happened that night could actually happen again.
It looked like a scene from a movie, but it was all too real.
The eyes of the world today stunned by this image. This was debris from a meteor racing toward Earth.
In fact, what happened at the Tunguska event basically has happened again. It was just a much smaller version, called the Chelyabinsk Meteor, and it happened 105 years after the Tunguska event.
Awakened by this loud bang and crash, and I kind of gathered myself and I went and looked out the window and I saw this giant streak across the sky.
It was February 15th, 2013. Over the city of Chelyabinsk, Russia, which is located about 1,500 miles west of Tunguska, everything was as usual. Suddenly, the light in the sky seemed to get brighter and brighter, and then it looked like an explosion happened. Windows everywhere blew out and knocked some people off their feet. It was incredibly powerful. The bright fireball in Chelyabinsk was well documented, and it gave scientists a chance to use modern computer models to figure out what happened. They used these models along with videos of the fireball and maps of the damage on the ground to recreate the original size, path, and speed of the object. They believe that a large space rock flew through the sky above Chelyabinsk and that it blew up, very similar to what happened in the Tunguska event. They think that the size of the comet in Chelyabinsk was about the size of a 5-story building. This rock broke apart about 15 miles above the ground, creating a shockwave like a 550 kiloton explosion. That shockwave ended up shattering about 1 million windows and hurt more than 1,000 people. Thankfully, it wasn't strong enough to knock down trees or buildings, and it didn't come close enough to kill anyone. However, it is the first recorded meteor or comet or whatever you want to call it that actually has injured people. Based on what we know now about space rocks, something like the Chelyabinsk Meteor can hit Earth every 10 to 100 years on average. And the fact that this happened in 2013, which wasn't that long ago, is kind of scary. The tale of the Tunguska event is far from over. As researchers look deeper into the cosmic event, we discover that this Tunguska event should prepare us for the future. Due to the Tunguska event and the Chelyabinsk Meteor and other smaller impacts, astronomers have come to take the possibility of catastrophic comet and asteroid impacts seriously. They now have observing programs to watch for near-Earth objects, or NEOs as they're called. At regular meetings, they discuss what might happen if we do find a large object on a collision course with Earth. As research continues, it's obvious that the Tunguska event and the Chelyabinsk Meteor were not isolated incidents, and that an event equal in size or even larger will happen. It's not a question of if, but of when. Scientists are paying very close attention to the heavens as things seem to be getting more mysterious and a little more dangerous than they have ever been before. No matter if you say it's global warming getting closer to the end or the world is getting tired, it's obvious that unexplainable events in the skies happen more often than they have ever happened before. The most important thing now is to be able to detect any event that might injure people or cause damage to inhabited areas. Why do you think our skies are changing? Do you believe an event like this will happen again? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching today, sharing, and commenting. I couldn't do this without you, and I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you again soon.